What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about the upcoming Josh Taylor versus Ryan Martin fight. As you guys probably already know, this fight's going to be part of the WBSS tournament. It's going to be for the WBC super lightweight silver title, and it's going to take place in Glasgow, Scotland on November 3rd. Now, Josh Taylor, he's a guy I'm very high on. In just under 13 fights, he has wins over Ohara Davies, Miguel Vasquez, and Victor Postol. Both Miguel Vasquez and Victor Postol are former world champions. So he has a win over an undefeated prospect and two former world champions under his belt in just under 13 fights. That should say a lot about him. Now, particularly the Postol fight, in my opinion, is the most impressive one. In that fight, he showed a lot of good things. And I'm not just talking about his natural talent. He showed grit, he showed heart, he showed an ability to work the body, and he certainly learned a lot in that fight and gained some valuable experience that will serve him well in the future. And those of you that don't know, Miguel Vasquez, the other former world champion that he beat, was a long reigning champion at lightweight with an awkward style, and he actually did fight Canelo back in the day as well. So he has wins over Victor Postol and Miguel Vasquez, and that's truly, truly impressive for a young man with just 13 fights. Now, like I said, he showed good things in the Postol fight, such as heart, grit, an ability to work the body. He showed some good boxing IQ as well, an ability to change things up. He's naturally pretty athletic, decent reflexes, good hand speed. The kid seemingly has it all. Now, also, I forgot to mention a former Olympic. Look, I'm not going to bullshit you. I don't know what kind of medal he won. It might be a gold medal, but I do know that Josh Taylor is a former Olympian, and he did come back to Scotland with a medal. So he does have that wonderful amateur pedigree as well. Ryan Martin, on the other hand, is a great amateur background as well, with, I believe, he has something like 204 wins out of like 209 amateur fights, something like that. So definitely great amateur pedigree. Ryan Martin is also blessed with athleticism in his own right. He has great reflexes as well, good hand speed as well. However, he doesn't have the professional experience that Josh Taylor has. You know, like I said, not many fighters have wins over two former world champions in just under 13 fights. You know, Ryan Martin has been fighting decent opposition, but nothing compared to what Josh Taylor has already seen. You know, Ryan Martin has been fighting, he's been gradually stepping his level of opposition up, and he's basically been doing what he's supposed to do, but he has yet to be faced with true adversity. He still hasn't faced that yet. And I think, you know, and by the way, both of these guys are big guys for the 140-pound division. Ryan Martin is listed as about 5'11", which I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little shorter than that. And Josh Taylor is listed at about 5'10". So there's no true size advantage here. And both of these guys are big for the 140-pound division. And what I like most about this fight is, even though these guys are contenders at this stage, in reality, they're both in the very beginning of their boxing careers. No matter how you want to look at it, they're both in the very beginning, okay? And it's very rare in this sport that you get two young guys in this stage of their careers with great potential fighting each other. You just don't see it, you know? And that's what I love about these tournaments, and the tournament format, is matchmaking is taken out of the equation, you know? We just never get two extremely high-level prospects going at it against each other this early at in this stage of their careers. We just don't get it. And on November 3rd in Glasgow, Scotland, we are. So I'm definitely going to be tuning in, and I'm definitely excited to see two prospects that have all the potential in the world to be great going at it this early in their careers, because someone's going to come out with an L. And in my opinion, neither of these fighters deserve to get an L this early in their careers. It's not something they had to do, but both of these guys are ambitious fighters that want to prove themselves to the world, and they're both guys that believe 100% in themselves, and they're very confident. I think the world and the sport needs more fighters like these two. Now, with all that said, I do have to mention that Ryan Martin, I think, was originally planning on winning a world title at 135 before moving to 140. But unfortunately, I guess he couldn't keep making that 135-pound weight limit, so he ended up moving up at one point. But like I said, I don't know how much of a factor that's going to play. I think the major factor is going to be Josh Taylor's experience over Ryan Martin's. I think the Victor Postol fight is going to help Josh Taylor win this fight against Ryan Martin. And I always talk about this, how I understand I don't expect fighters to fight a Victor Postol within 13 fights, but the level of opposition, especially when a fighter is in the beginning stages of his development, is very important. It's very important to always keep testing the prospect and not let him get too comfortable. And it's always important to gradually step up the level of competition bit by bit, which Ryan Martin's guys have been doing, but he still has yet to face that world-class opponent. And now, right away, he's just being thrown in against Josh Taylor. He's taking a significant leap up in competition. I think just the fact that Josh Taylor has that world champion caliber experience under his belt is going to give him the slight edge in this fight, and I pick him to win. Especially when you factor in the fact that it's in Scotland. To me, Ryan Martin has to win by knockout to even win this fight. I'm just being real. We all know that, if Ryan Martin doesn't get the knockout in Scotland, he ain't going to get the decision in Scotland. I've been watching boxing for a very long time. I'm not new to this shit, so I know how that goes. So I have to go with Josh Taylor. Engine experience, and it's in Scotland. I very rarely pick the guy that has to win by knockout, which is the case over here. So I have to go with Josh Taylor. I think like I said, his experience will help him get through, and he will definitely be feeling at home and feeling energized with all those fans behind him. So I guess that's it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. You guys could follow me on Twitter at SEV_S7. Like I said, I will continue to be consistent with these videos. Stay tuned, and I will see you guys soon.